Morning, everybody. This is Marlena McCullough from Arkansas, and this is our Zoom number 108, October 4th, 2025. I apologize. We've had some difficulties, and I just now was able to get in. So I'm not sure if people are still around, but if there is not anybody around anymore because they're asleep, then I will just give you some new messages. For example, October 1, um, 3 days ago, the J1 visas are now available again, the new ones, the new batches. So for those that are still active in applying for teaching jobs in the US, then continue to do so because there are a lot of visas available, new visas available. There were some changes on the H1-B visa where it's making it impossible for schools to sponsor teachers because there is now an additional $100,000 fee, which makes that's about 5 million pesos. So that's going to be impossible for schools to get it because that's worth 2 years worth of pay for one teacher. And to pay that, it's a lot. So unless changes will be made, then right now H1B is not going to be feasible for folks to get. So J1 visa is pretty much the only one so far that will be the option of the schools. Welcome, Giselle. Giselle, I apologize. We have had some technical difficulties. I'm just now able to get in. So anyway, hello. Well, look at the babies. You're so cute. They're still up,
Yeah,
huh?
hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hey, is
yeah,
this the youngest? Is this the
yeah.
youngest?
This is the twin. Yeah, the youngest, the twin
Oh my
dog.
gosh, your mama was still pregnant with you when we started having this. Hi,
Oh,
sweetheart.
say
So cute.
hi.
Giselle, your babies are so cute.
Yeah, thank you, dog.
How many do you have?
I have four dog.
Four. Okay, so these are two of the four. So the other two are
Yes,
all
dog.
older, huh?
Yes.
Hmm.
Ah.
Hey,
No,
you
no, no,
never
no.
know, Giselle. If you end up here, I'm gonna be able to see this kiddos in person. How
Yes, dog.
exciting! Yeah,
Hoping.
so cutie. Well, anyway, so Giselle, have you tell me more about the earthquake because I'm curious about that because I've seen a lot of pictures. How did it affect
Yeah,
you?
yeah, dog. Yeah, it did affect. Honestly, dog, our house, our living room, dog, was really cracked at the top part. So my husband has to work on it for 2 days
Two
to
days.
repair it.
Okay.
And our the walls talk are shaking. No, every time you're going to touch it, talk, it will really shake.
Oh
Though it's
wow.
only our house that is affected here in our place. Though we are far away from Bogodok, but
Okay.
yeah, we have a friend there, a teacher who was with us, who was teaching with us for I think that was he transferred to Bogo by 2023 or
Mm-hmm.
2022, and yeah, they were affected.
Oh
We
wow.
we lost contact, yeah, with him just last Thursday, doc, because they don't have electricity there.
They're still
Some part,
okay. There are is the
yes,
government fixing everything or I mean helping?
yes, doc. Right after the earthquake, the next day, the vice president came. The president also came. No,
Nice.
many senators really came, doc, and bringing um uh ka- relief goods, doc. And you
Relief.
know what, the attitude of Cebuano, what really make me proud, and you will be really be proud of it because you're one of us.
Uh-huh.
You know, the bayanihan that we had, doc, the help, really, it's really,
Help. Oh,
though we
that
are
makes me
far away,
cry. That's good.
it will really make you cry seeing people, from the different parts of Cebu, doc, helping each other.
Oh, that's so
Even the
cool.
farmers, doc, yeah, the farmers were sending vegetables to the affected areas because again, it's not only Bugo. There are so the
The
nearby
areas.
towns, doc, are really much affected. The Bantayan and
Mm.
Bantayan Island as well, Taboylan, Midilian, San
Mm.
Remigio, those are really the parts that are very much affected, doc. And
Yeah.
it's really painful and it's heartbreaking that it happened. But the bayanihan, the help, that everybody is doing, Doc, is very overwhelming.
Oh, that's so
No,
cool. I'm so glad to hear that. But still, that takes money, that takes that takes help. So hopefully, I think Maria is collecting money here for that her for dad to send help over to places. So yeah. So I hope she can collect a lot.
yeah,
So anyway,
yes,
yeah, my family's okay, which I'm glad, but I think there are some cracks and things too that are going on, but that's nothing compared to the actual, epicenter. So,
yes, Doc.
yeah. So I'm just glad you all are safe too. So it's
We are
always scary. Yeah. That's a big one though. A was it 6.9 or 6.7?
it's
What was it?
6.9, 6.9, Doc. It's
9. That's a
6.9.
huge one.
And
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
killer.
it's hard. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, Doc, because I teacher. I think that was in Bugo died.
Oh yeah? So
It's
sorry.
really, yeah, yeah, one
Okay.
teacher died, Doc, and it's devastating also that you know, and the schools are very much destroyed.
Oh. How many people died totally so far that they know?
It's close to 70, Doc.
70. Okay. Wow.
The
It was just 10 when it was reported at first here. So now they found more people. And I saw a picture of a church too that was damaged. Yeah,
yeah,
demolished. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm so sad to hear that. And so anyway, so my prayers and thoughts are with them, and that's gonna take a long time to recover.
yeah,
So work will be done. It looks like some of the roads was it Cebu or Bohol, Bugo, but there were some roads that were like cracked and could not be used. I noticed.
yes,
And there
Doc.
was some places that just looked like it just flattened, you
Yes,
know.
Doc.
Yeah. So was that
Like
Bugo
there's
that was
also,
flattened? Or was that
yeah,
Cebu?
yeah, it's in Bugo, and I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Midillion or San Remigio that there is a bridge that collapsed, I think,
Bridge
and
that
it's not
collapsed.
passable, Doc.
They're
Yes,
not passable. That affects a lot of people because I'm sure that bridge was being used by a lot.
yes,
Right?
Doc.
Yeah. So essentially, people cannot really go there then, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're doing things to rehabilitate that one. I'm not very sure if somebody was able to get there already, because
Yeah.
people are asking for help. There are still, though, as of now, Doc, there are still places that help was not able to come yet because
Yeah.
of
The road.
the distance. Yes, and those that are really given a help are those the ones near the near the roads.
Hmm.
The mountain parts are not yet because
They're
of,
not,
again,
the
the
roads.
destruction of the
Yeah.
the roads. Yes,
So they're not being reached, and they're the ones I'm sure that need the most help. But thankfully, hopefully, they have they're self-sufficient. They've got a garden or whatever that could help them sustain themselves, right? But
yeah.
you don't know. You don't know if that's also ruined. You know what I mean? Like their farms.
Yes,
Yeah.
Doc. Their need really is water. They don't have
Okay.
water. You know, the water are scarce, really scarce. They need water to drink and maybe to cook somehow, because they don't really have. That's what everybody is asking, Doc. It's water.
Water. Yeah. Oh, in the mountains, don't they have water in the mountains? They would have the way to get their water.
No, it's I think it's not good to use, Doc, because some of it are what we call that one, either in the Philippines it's lubog. How do you
Huh.
call that? Yeah, yeah.
Can they
The
boil
water is.
those? Can they boil those? Can they boil those and drink them? Do you
I'm
know?
not sure with those the water, but there are, what the people are saying, there are miracles, because there, well, it's, I think it's a certain part of Bantayan where out of nowhere in the sea there comes a um water that is not salty, and they were
Spring.
able to get water
So
to
there was a
drink. Yeah,
spring.
it's
Yeah,
a
a
spring.
spring
Yeah,
that.
in the sea. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they were very much happy
Very
with
good.
that.
I'm so glad because sometimes spring could come out of that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm so glad that what part of that is that Bantayan? Did you say?
I think it's in Bantayan, Doc.
So
I
they were
forget
able
to
to
know
get the
that.
steps. Okay. So really, those are the islands that are affected and like really bad, right? Would Bugu be considered the epicenter?
Yes, Doc, it's in Bugo.
Bugu. Okay. And now, where did the 70 people dead come from? Is that mostly Bugu or somewhere else too?
Mostly are from Bugo, but I think that was in San Remigio. A large, there are 22, I think, in San Remigio or in Medellin. That part. It's the nearest. I think it's the nearest town of Bugo. So they have also a lot of, you know, dead people.
Oh, when the bridge collapsed, were there some people that fell?
I'm not very sure. It's night, doc. It's 10 p.m. here, so maybe
People are
at those
sleeping.
part, it's already people are already asleep.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know about the bridge, but I think that's a little better that it was at night because if it's during the day, those bridges are usually full of people and cars, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
doc.
So so that might have helped. And also school. If school it happens at a school, then that could have hurt some children too and teachers, right? If it happened during the
Yes,
day.
yes,
Yeah.
doc. Oh,
Yeah.
I think if it happens in a day, many would really
Thousands.
die, doc.
Hundreds
Yeah.
of thousands would have died. Yeah.
Yes, doc.
So I'm just, well, I guess, I guess you can count a little bit of the blessing there that it's not it's not during the day because that could have been worse. But that is really devastating. Nobody can
Yes.
call that a blessing in itself, but it's just a little better that it's not during the day. So anyway, well, thank you for getting me an update about that. I didn't know that you still have some tremors a few days later. You say,
Yes,
what
doc.
did you
Even
say?
up to now, doc. Yes, there are still tremors up to now.
Wow.
Every now and then.
But they said that
And
sometimes
as
that's actually gonna be more devastating, for the one after
yes,
aftershock stuff. So you need to
yes,
be careful, you guys. Yeah.
yes, doc.
So, huh. Um, the I mean, did they predict this? Did they have a way to predict them? Like, did they say that on the news that you need to watch or whatever? Like, do they not have a way to find to predict
No,
it?
doc.
No?
No, but the people around Cebu were being told that there are really lots of fault line, doc.
Mm.
So every now and then you can really have earthquakes, but no, there is no prediction, doc. It just can everybody is not prepared, so no
Yeah.
one is prepared.
Yeah. Wow. So that I think that's the biggest that hit the Philippines, right? Was that the biggest that ever hit the Philippines, Giselle?
No, I think 2013. Oh, yeah, I think this one because 2013 also we were hit by earthquake, but that was in I think
Uh-huh.
Bohol and Samar and Samar. So they were really the ones that
Was it
for
also
Cebu. I think
six?
this is the first.
Was it six or
Yeah, I think
five?
six or there was seven or six.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Yeah.
so many really died during the 2013 earthquake also, doc.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so I guess that's all. Nothing seemed more important than that, really. But anyway, switching back to our um, teaching
Oy.
journey. What have you done lately? Have you not, because this is October 1, new visas are coming out. So I think teachers
Yes, doc.
might be needed everywhere. But right now, I figure everybody in America has heard about this in the news. So they're not gonna be, if I were a principal, or if the principals here, or even the other administrators might not want to be hiring right now because they're going to be concerned about the Philippines. They might just say, "Well, this is not as important as what's life is and what's going on there." So, but a bunch of my friends are like texting me or messaging me and saying, "Is your family okay in the Philippines?" And I told them that yeah, they are, but they were scared whenever the heavy winds came because they said they were so heavy. So that's nothing to how the Bugo and the other places might have the people there might have felt. So anyway, so my heart and prayers go to them. Um, so no development on yours. You didn't quit yet, have you, Giselle, on applying? Have you quit?
No, doc, but no, doc, but as of now, there are really few hires, doc.
Yeah.
I was looking for the links, but then the ones that are they are looking for sped teachers. That's the one in high school one. So there's I haven't had any. I have seen elementary hiring as of now, doc. So I'm still waiting.
Yeah. I do now. What is your master's in? Is your master's in
I have
administration?
yeah, I have administration, but I started sped doc, but I haven't finished it yet. I
Yeah.
paused when my father was sick.
Yeah. Well, with the SPED, if, as long as you finish it within this first school year, like for example, for this year, if you can finish it by May, then it will be, it will be okay. So as long as you've started it and you are finishing it, let's say the first year that you're here, that would be acceptable, I think, is what I heard. But finishing it would be even better. So for your FCE, because you're gonna have to send your FCE once you get your credentials on that. So it will be on your FCE. So yeah, yeah. So anyway, so how are your kids doing okay at school?
Well, yeah, yes, doc, they're doing fine.
Yeah.
They're,
And, and you got a good
my
group
kids
to
are,
share, huh?
but I guess I don't know if they're not they're not as good as others, but they're striving. They are doing well in school. My daughter, my eldest daughter, is joining journalism here in
Oh,
school. She is
nice.
joining.
Good.
She joined editorial cartooning doc, but she have not won. But I'm happy that she's doing it.
Wow. What do you mean? That do they have a contest? Do they
Yes,
have?
they do have. We have contest here in the Philippines about journalism. Doc. We call it as school press conference, and and it's a national thing. We started at school down to the division, down to the regional, then to the national level. Doc.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
That's a
it's
really cool idea. Very good.
yeah, yes, Doc. Yeah, and we all have the types of the about in the news. We have news writing, we have feature writing, we have sport writing, everything, Doc.
Nice.
Even broadcasting. We also have
Wow.
broadcasting.
Who started it? Which president started this?
I think it's I'm not very sure. I think it's during I think it's Ninoy Aquino's time. I think the
Wow, it's a long
or it's
time.
in Gloria or something like that. Yeah,
A long time,
it's all that
yeah.
it's been. Yeah.
Where?
Uh,
That's cool.
Here in the Philippines, we really have so many co-curricular activities though.
Very nice. What other co-curricular do you have?
So we have sports, we have sports, then journalism, and what we also have like talents. We have cooking also. We call that what's that? In the kinder we call that the festival of talents, and
Okay. And
everything is
how
after
does
a
that
month.
work? How does that work? What kind of talents are featured? Any talent?
Yeah, in kindergarten, like last year, I think they have the singing contest, they have the TikTok, they have their the ones I forgot the name. There's manipulatives in which they are going to, separate all the colors from a container of. It's just like the beads, doc, and they are going to separate it all loose, all like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
And also from the Festival of Talents, it's included also in the elementary and high school. We have like the interpretative reading, something like that, and retelling a story. So yeah,
Wow.
all yeah,
So every
all
year?
yeah, it's every year, doc.
And then when do they do the like if they win in your school, what do they do next? They win
If they
against
win in the school, they will go to the division, doc. It's the division contest. Then
and what
after
does
that,
division mean? How many schools are involved?
it depends. Like here, doc, we have if it's a city, it's the whole city for the A division. But for a here for the province, those who are not in cities are under the province. The province, the Cebu province is the very big division that we have.
Mhm.
But in every city there is a school division. So it would have like 20 to 50 schools like that.
Wow.
And yeah, yes, and they are going to after the school event. We will have the contest to the division level. After the division level, it will be the regional level, then to the national level. Though.
Wow, that's cool. Has anybody in your school won any national honor?
Um, Not yet, Doc. We are a small school, and I think I told you already that in our barangay we have two schools because my school is located uh after a river, a
Hmm.
big one. And the Mananga River, yeah, is that
Oh,
the
okay.
one, Doc? And before the pupils, when there are floods, the pupils cannot go to school. So
Mhm.
they build a school there, a small one. Before, that's only from grade 1 to grade 3. Then as years passed by, it came to grade 6. I am the first grade 6 teacher there, Doc.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then yeah,
Wow.
I was the first one. Then until now, I many would like me. My parents really and my mother would like me to go down in the center, because it's much easier, and it's just a few walks from our house. But then I
Mm.
love it there, Doc, the culture, and I love teaching those kids out there. So
Mm.
yeah, I've
That's
been there.
cool. Well, if ever I go back to the Philippines, I need to go see that because I love seeing new things like that. Yeah, that would be cool to see you all in person and then see some of the schools, right? Yeah,
Yes, Doc.
that's my dream. I think, it is so fun to do that. I have gone back to my old elementary school, before. I guess a couple, maybe three times that I have gone, and it would be nice to bring stuff to the kids and things. So, yeah, I think that would be what I would like to do is someday visit schools. So you don't mind showing your schools to me, Dai? You think your
Yes, yes,
principal would,
Doc. I
yeah.
would love to, I would like to share, because our net school, it's not that known, Doc. Sometimes people would ask, saan ang Manggilamon? Because
Oh,
it's not
really?
very yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
And sometimes people would, I don't know, where is that place? We don't have stakeholders, Doc, because schools here have stakeholders. We don't have, because we are not that known, and people are asking.
Yeah,
So
no,
we
hey,
need.
Giselle, let me correct you. Stakeholders mean everybody that has a stake in school, which means students, teachers,
Yes, yes, Doc.
administrators, and community. Yeah. So you are
Yes,
you
yes,
are
Doc.
stakeholders. You do have
Our
stakeholders.
term there. Yes, I am very much aware of that, Doc. But when the Filipino saying that when we talk about stakeholders, we were really talking about the outside stakeholders. Yeah, they know the manufacturers, the establishments that is
Yeah.
helping us. But yeah, it's all
So
about the
yeah.
learners
So
and that. But yeah,
internal versus external stakeholders. I know
yes,
what
Doc.
you mean
I'm
now.
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, your partners, your business partners, your school
Yes,
partners. So yeah, but
yes, Doc.
some are luckier than others, I guess, on that for the presence of factories and things to partner up. Do you have this partnership between school and community? Like, for example, your high school kids would do an internship in a local factory. Do you do stuff like that now?
As of now, Doc, no.
No.
I haven't heard, because field trips in the Philippines were discouraged because
Mm.
of the things that happened before there are accidents happen.
Mm.
So yeah, it's really not in elementary. We don't have a field trips, Doc.
Yeah,
It's discouraged.
yeah. Here when I taught elementary, I taught high school and elementary. So when I taught elementary, we have this yearly trip, and it's just an hour and 15 minutes from us. It's like a cave here. And if you ever come here to Arkansas, Giselle, I want to show you this cave. It's a beautiful cave. And but anyway, we don't go to cave really. We go to like there's called an Ozark Folk Center. And this is like a little place that has all these little huts, it's a little building, and it shows what the kids did or what the people did more 100 or more years ago. So, for example, the way they cooked, the way they cook, or their one room school, and their little hut. There's a hut for toy making where they were making toys out of corn, the corn husk stuff, and then they were making candles. One spot, which is a favorite of everybody, there's always a big line, is when kids were making their own candle. And they'll give you a plain candle and you dip it in the different colors that you want, and you get to take that home. And so they'll tell you like what colors don't match well or whatever. And so of course every year kids come home with candles, my students. And as a teacher, I usually had between, 15, 16, 1 year, 18 students. So what I do is I would invite parents to come. And so every three kids, so their kid plus two more. every kid had a parent with them, like either mom and dad or just mom or just dad. So I would assign these parents, those kids, and then I would keep the one that really needed the most most guidance. So I would have the three, ones that are challenging, they would be with me. And so I'd be watching them because some of them would be like going to the cabinet, the little cut, and then they would open up all the cabinets. I'm like, hey, this is like somebody's home. You do not go out there and just open all the cabinets and looking at it. You are here to watch what they're trying to teach you. But anyway, so things like that. It was a lot of fun. I actually look forward to it. When Stephanie and Jet were little, they would come with me. They would come with me on a full trip. They cannot ride a bus, of course, but Mr. McCullough would drive them behind the bus. They would follow us. And we have these pictures, like, for example, the old timey pictures, the black and white pictures where you wear these costumes. We have a few of those. And there's a swing there, a little well, there's a swing there that's like handmade. And also there's a donkey. There's a little ride there where a donkey would just go around and around, and then they would ride in this ride. So anyway, that's those are really things here that they do field trip wise. But the partnership with businesses, what they do is with the high school, they have the kids that are who are needing the hours because most of the classes are already done. So, for example, they might be going to the classes in the morning and they're done with the required classes they have. So in the afternoon, they would go and work in this factory, and so they would already get paid. And or some of the, I think maybe not, they're not allowed paid, but they will be later on when they are finished. Then the same company would hire them. So they're pretty much training their own folks, but they're mentoring them and they're guiding them while they are still in high school. So I think that's a good move. In one of the schools that I went to, we also had partnership where we have mentors that would like adopt a class. And I volunteered to, I was the K-12 literacy specialist, and I adopted a class. And that was kind of cool to do every week. I would go down there and do things with them, and bring them goodies, bring sweets and snacks. They love that. And then we would do little fun activities, high school activities and all that, just fun things. And where they get to share. So it's actually an SEL. So it's a social emotional learning skill moment because they're just sharing with me like a lot of their dreams and goals and what they want to be when they grow up. Some of them are not going to college, and talk about, okay, so what are the things that you want to do? I said, well, what are you? I don't know. And I said, well, what are you good at? Go start with that. Start with the things that you're passionate about. Well, I love working with cars. And I'm like, well, you might want to see that. So I always would say, work backwards. Think of where you want to see yourself. Like, are you in a garage? Are you in an office? Where are you? In a school? Where are you? And then from that, go backwards. What degree or what training will you need in order to get that job? And so anyway, so I would talk to them about that. It's so neat that some of the students are now really successful doctors and lawyers and all that. And you hear about them. And I remembered having them as in my mentor class. And my own students. I'm sure you've experienced that maybe, that some of my students are now doctors, lawyers, and all kinds of military and all this. So it is so nice that whenever I go, the other day we had like a school-wide garage sale, and I don't know if we have that in Cebu, where you would have the whole city. If you have any junk or whatever, things that you want to get rid of because you don't need it anymore. So this happens twice a year. So this happens usually in October or September and April. And so you have the spring cleaning and your fall cleaning. And so then they sell their stuff. Like, for example, Giselle, you can buy things for like 25 cents. Like that's only like 15 pesos. Less than 15 pesos. And these are like things that you can, that like clothes. Clothes are, some of them are like $50 here. 2,500, and you're buying it for 13 pesos. I guess like okay. You know what I mean? What do you call that
Yeah.
okay there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have okay here. I
Yeah,
love
it's like okay,
lots of
okay,
okay.
except the whole town is having okay, okay. And so you don't ever know what you're gonna see. So you can see small ones and big ones. Some of them would have five, six family in one place, they are putting their stuff together. So it was a lot of fun. It's just pretty much an all day thing because you can go from one place to the other. And I saw some schools having their fundraising, um, some club that they have, and they have a goal to go to some trip, for example, some national trip, and then they are making money. And the senior class usually have like a big all the parents of the senior class would be getting their junk together, and they would go in one place and they would sell all that. So a lot of times when I buy, I would just give extra money too to donate to them. So my friend was with me, and so she bought some things, and she we just put extra money for the seniors. They usually do a trip, plus they do their prom. The prom's expensive. So anyway, so they would raise money like that, and that's how the parents could help. So we don't have that, right? So today's topic is becoming like, what are the things that you do in a Philippine school versus the U.S. schools? Like like you said, you don't do the extern. They call them externship, yet, but where they are working at a factory, and then they come back and already train, and then they work for that factory. So they pretty much train their own people that are coming to their company through their high school. And so there's a partnership, there's a really active partnership between the factory and the school. And so, of course, if you have more than one factory, then you're going to have several factories with several different students that are interested in it to come, right? So I hope that Cebu would start doing that. And I love your part about the National Press Club thing, the contest among journalism classes. And I love the talent thing. What else are going on? You have the planting thing too, right? The schools are planting gardens. I remember doing that in our agri in
Yeah,
elementary. Yeah, you still do
we
that. What
call
do you
that,
call it?
yes. Now we call that sa gulayan sa Aralandok.
Gulayan. So a
Wherein, yeah,
vegetable in the school. Okay, vegetable garden
yeah,
in the school.
vegetables yes,
Okay.
yes, Doc.
How does it
So
work?
we have that.
Did you have like a one in hours when I was in fifth grade? Every classroom, because that was a big land donated to us. Um, Hey, Mike's here. There's a
Hi,
big
Sir
land
Mike.
donate, yeah, a big land donated to our school, and so what happened was every classroom had our own spot, okay, a long garden spot, and then every student have our own plant. So in that with for example in that plot if there were 10 of us, I mean no 15 of us, then there are 15 different plants. 16 because the teachers got one too. And then you know what happened? We got to take that whatever plant that we have, whatever, like I remembered bringing like peppers home, a little, different thing, eggplant, we've done eggplant. So anyway, whatever you planted, that's what you get to take home. So that was very fun for me because I still remember it. So I must have been what? So I was 11 years old and I'm now 57. So that was 46 years ago. And I still remember the fun that we had. And the teacher would have a contest on who's going to have the fattest or the most, yield. And so we had to put like a cow dung. And, I remember that whenever at the end of the school, when you have your clearance, in order to, you sign your clearance so that you can leave, right? So you'll be cleared. One of the our agri teacher was wanting us to get like a whole bag of cow dung in order for us to be cleared. And I'm like, do you do that? I'm like, looking back, and I'm like, that was hard. At the end of the year, we're like over there, like, oh my gosh, we have to get so and so signature, and we have to have a whole bag of, a whole sack of cow dung for the garden the next year. And so anyway, so every child had to do that. That was in her homeroom. So, I don't know if you have a teacher like that, but everybody hated it. But now look,
I have
like,
experienced that one, Doc, when I was in high school.
yeah, in high school we did the elementary because I think our barrio captain back then they had a big lion and it was happened to be in the back of the school, so he just donated it. And so yeah, and there was a little river, so we got our water from the river. So anyway, no, I lied. There was actually that's two different things. That was actually like a little a well that we got stuff from. And you know how it is in the Philippines. If somebody has a well, they would like sell you in back buckets, right? Yeah, and I think the school made a deal with them to like sell us cheap water. if we needed to water it. So anyway, so Mike, welcome back, Mike. Giselle, were you aware about Mike's situation?
No, no, Doc.
No,
What
I have
happened?
not,
I don't know.
Mike, I was gonna talk to you. I was planning to like do something on Facebook, but I didn't want to do it without asking you. So now that we see each other in person virtually, I would like to see if I could like, I don't know what I need to write up something about you and, kind of thank you about what you've done and also hopefully hope you the best about, your situation. So do you mind sharing what you want to share with Giselle and I guess the nation that sees this? Because this is really an example of how the H1B, the increase to 5 million pesos per teacher. That's the US has now charging 5 million pesos on top of the regular fees for visa for H1B, which is making it impossible pretty much for schools to get H1 because that's called like 2 years worth of pay to get a teacher here, and that is going to be impossible for schools because you have limited budget. So Mike, how does that affect you, Mike? Can you please tell them a little story about what happened?
So far po, Doc, yeah, I'm still waiting for that. And
We'll start
then,
with the story,
of
Mike, about
course,
what
we
what
are not
happened. Like
expecting that.
what? Tell me dates, and then what did when the visa thing was affected, and when did you leave, and all that stuff. So tell us about the story, Mike, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Actually, we filed the renewal on time. That
Okay.
was, I think, March. Yeah. Yeah, we used the regular processing,
Mm-hmm.
which we did not use the premium process because we're expecting
2,500.
that they will approve, probably the USIS, yeah, will approve it. But unfortunately, because of the delayed and the backlogs of the LCA, so that is the
Department of Labor
main
requirement.
reason why the renewal, yeah, that's the reason why the renewal was denied because the LCA, as one of the RFE, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Required evidence. Yeah,
as
they
one of the
wanting more evidence.
RFE, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for them to approve it, yes.
Yeah.
And
See.
then
Mhm.
I think, yeah, then we talked to the immigration lawyer. He told us that the LCA will only approve for almost 7 to 10 days, but
Okay.
it took how many months? So we submitted at
Mm-hmm.
June, July, August, September. It's almost 4 months before it was approved. And
Wow.
then during the time, um the renewal was already denied. So I need to leave the country or the USA so that I will not face any immigration problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that was smart that you left because anytime that you would stay over even one day, you will have a ban, to how many years before you can come back, and it's going to create a lot of problems for you because then you'll have more paperwork to do, too. And so that would give them a reason
Mm-hmm.
to like deny you if you have overstayed even one day. So that's a really important thing that everybody needs to know that if you have, for example, if they have an RFE, which is like to submit more evidence, that mean they give you a limit, right, Mike? They give you so many months to do it. A lot of times, like I'm helping a
Yes
lady
po,
right
yes
now,
po.
and hers is not school thing. It's like a husband thing, that she was asked for required to have more evidence, and she was given like 33 days, so about a month. She had to do that within a month, or else she would have to go home. So we did it like no, yeah, I think we did it like the day before the deadline. We were able to get it done because hers needed a lot of paperwork. And so we spent maybe 60 hours. That's how long it took us to like get things together and I have to type up some things and look for evidence, look for documents and so on. So, yeah. So same thing with Mike. That's a sad thing because the story with Mike is that there were four of them that I had helped a school get them for H1B and they got approved and so on. But Mike was not given because it's up to the consular officer and of how many years they give you, because normally an H1B really would last, the limit is 6 years. But Mike, you were given what, 1 or 2 years? What was it, Mike? Then you have to renew it.
Yes
What
po.
was your
The
original
first
one?
time, yeah, the first time yes po. The original one, during my first time, it is, they gave me 1 year.
1 year.
And then
Okay, then
when I
you renewed it.
transferred,
Yeah.
they gave me again 1 year.
Why are they giving it 1 year at a time? I don't understand. Because some of them were given like 3 years,
Yeah, I
right?
don't
Five
understand
years.
this.
So I do not know the I don't
Yes
know
po.
the reasoning behind, so it's really up. There's nobody that could, change that because it's actually the power of the in under the power of the consular officer. So everybody will do it differently. So maybe the others got lucky with a more generous one, because, or I do not know if it has something to do with Mike's situation itself, that give you a 1 year at a time instead of three, 4, 5 years at a time. And everybody, I mean, Mike, what did the others get? Like April got what, 3 years?
3 years po.
Yeah, and the
Before they
others three
got
years.
3 years.
I think there was only two. There were two of you that
Yes
had
po.
1 year, right?
Yes po, yes po. Me
Yeah.
and Ma'am Dina.
Yeah. But I don't understand why. Yeah, I wonder if it has something to do because the two of you were coming from a different country. I mean,
I think Dina
if
or
you work
April. Yeah, I think
you work in a different country, but if it was Dina, it's you and Dina were coming from another country, Mike. You were processing your
yes po.
papers
Yes po.
from like Qatar, right? And then Dina was from Vietnam, I
Yes
don't
po.
know, right? Another country. So
Vietnam.
and then did you go to the Philippines and then get interviewed there, or did you do it in your own in in Qatar? What did you do?
In Qatar po. In
That's what
Qatar.
happened, Mike, because if you went back to the Philippines, because Qatar is not your homeland, that's what they're not, So maybe that's why you have to go back to the Philippines and do it there, because it was 3 years for them that they were giving. So it might be from consular officer, consular office to consular office. The Filipino
Mm.
one gives three, and then the other countries maybe one. I don't have any idea. But it's just weird that when we got the
Mm.
result, it's like they were given different number of years, to come. I still don't understand it, but nobody will. But anyway, so to make this long
Yes po.
story short, Mike had to go back. So then what happened, Mike, when you went back and the kids were so upset? Tell them about what happened with the girls. Were they crying and upset because they had to leave their friends?
Yes po. Yes po. That is their first reaction because um the news I received it I think Monday. I know that there's a problem with the a possible problem or anything that will happen that week.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday, I confirm it with the attorney, the immigration lawyer. And then Thursday, I told it to Mabel, and then Friday, I told it to the kids, to all my kids, to my two kids, and to the other staff in
Mm-hmm.
uh, in our school. And
Mm-hmm.
then Saturday, we left the country. We left
Wow. How
the
did you do with
US.
your house and
Yeah,
all that, Mike? What did you do
it's
with your
really
house, your
fast.
cars? You got two cars? Did you sell it to somebody?
The yes po. We cleared everything po. We cleared everything.
Well, you fast, Mike. Who did you sell the cars to?
Yes po.
You sold it to Filipino.
The chorus po, the blue one, we left it to Ma'am Sir Joel and Ma'am Mirna, and then the other one, we left it to Sir Ernest, and then some of our stuff we left it to Roberts and Fran's stock room
Okay.
and others or at Ma'am Anna's room or house.
So you have
Yes
it
po.
everywhere. But at least I'm hoping that you are coming back, Mike. That's really my hope. And what happened after that? What did you find out? So you went back home, right? And what
Mm,
happens when you, I guess start with what happened when you got home? Was it pretty emotional coming home to your family? You live in
yes
Batangas?
po, Doc. Yes po.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it is whatever comes to your mouth will happen. Ganun. Kasi last time po before that time, sabi ko, I just want to enjoy everything here in the USA because everything is uncertain. And
Mhm.
that's what I'm always saying to other people. Let's enjoy, and because we didn't know tomorrow we'll go home in the Philippines like that. But
You
of
have such
course,
growth mindset, Mike,
um,
which really helps. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not. Of course, it's not a mindset. But of course, let's just enjoy while we are having those
That's it.
opportunity. And one thing, of course, I'm not. What do you call that? Though, it's not ironic that I keep on helping others to go to the USA, fixing their visas, their paperwork, and
Mhm.
everything. And then when um in my situation, I didn't do anything. I cannot do anything about my papers. So
Yeah. And I
yeah,
wish
but
I could do something, but there's
mhm,
nothing that can be done because we know we like that, Mike was asking me, should I go home? Should I not go home? And I said, Mike, that is a decision you have to make for your family. Because I don't want Mike
mhm,
to say later, oh, well, you told me to go, or you told me not to go, whatever
yeah,
consequences. I do
mhm,
not want to be blamed because that is really a decision that you have to make with your family. But the most important thing is that you do not become illegal here. That is a big thing,
yes, po
right?
daw.
And Mike is aware of
Yeah,
that, that you do not even
yes, po.
overstay even one day at all. You leave
Mhm,
before that
mhm,
day. And I think you did that.
yes,
And
po.
so the next thing that's going to happen, and I told you this, that I said, make sure that you get all your papers, Mike, get your, filled up paperwork to your office, to the school office, and then just, the information that they need from you, that they need to have all that because they won't have the time later. At least it's
Mhm.
already ready to go, near ready to go. Then that would help out on the time. So you did that, right, Mike? You did that. You gave it to them, ready to go. So you got all the information.
Actually po, they already have the files.
They
They
already
have
had it.
already the files in the USCIS portal po
Okay. Now what
during that
happens
time.
later?
And
You
then
said that
and
something.
then yeah, they said there's something happened on the portal. I'm not sure about that product. That's the reason why I keep on sending a email to the superintendent about that. And then
Did you get any
I'm still
response?
waiting for the update.
You get any
Yeah.
response yet? Did she respond
Yeah,
to
they
you?
they said they keep on they will do their best.
Okay. And
They
you
will
did
keep on
you did
working
you
on it.
did even contact the senator, right? The senator's office. What did the
Yeah.
senator's office
But
say?
still the office said that they cannot do anything about it. That the result was given to us, I think, a day after we arrived here in the
What
USA.
would the
In
results
the
say? What did they say?
Yeah, they cannot do anything about the decision of the USCIS.
Which decision are they talking about?
Yes, about the approval po, and then the denial of the renewal.
So
Because
the
we keep
second
on
renewal
asking
was
that, yeah, and then so that it will change the decision, or it will help us to explain that the main reason is the delayed in the LCA, not the delayed in the application or the
right.
filing.
They didn't
Yeah.
give, it didn't give
Actually,
you,
it's not, we don't
huh?
have any problem with the submission or the filing of any documents. We are all on time. The only problem is the delayed in the approval of um the Department of Labor, the
Right.
LCA.
So, how about the 290B, which is a notice of to reconsider the decision. There is a 290B. I think I want to say it's $200, possibly 280. Anyway, it's I don't remember the fees, but it's a no it's an appeal for the decision. Is that something that you can do because it's really not your fault? Doesn't sound like it. So
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
was
actually, Doc, we already saw that, but according to the notice of the USCIS, that my case cannot be what do you call this? It cannot be
appealed.
appealed.
Yeah, but they would always
Yes.
say that, Mike. They would always say that. But then right after they say that, then they would say, okay, if you need to appeal, then there's this number I-290B, and this is the place where you can mail this information. You need to do that before that date says that it's over. There's a date there, Mike, right? Did they give you so many days to do it? They should
I
have given
think
you a
po we don't
date.
receive any dates like that.
If they mention the
Um,
290B, Mike, they will give you so many days to do it. Because I had to do that with a friend. I'm waiting on result right now with a friend. Hers said the same
290.
thing. Hers said the same thing, that it's a cannot be appealed, but then the next paragraph says if you have to, to have this to reconsider or something, then you need to use this form I-290B, and then here's that you have 33 days to do it, and then here's the lockbox in Chicago that you have to send this paperwork to. And then they told you exactly what to send. I mean, what were the things that they needed. So that's what we did. We just needed some stronger evidence, because she really did not send much evidence when she did it. And so yours should say, Mike, if they said that 290B, if they mention it, that's a different deal, because that 290B is two different things, Mike. It's one is an appeal, and one is a motion to consider, to reopen and consider, same form. So you're not gonna be able to appeal, but you are able to have it reconsidered or open for
Mm-hmm.
consideration.
It said here po, Doc, it should be within 30 days
Yeah.
and
What was the date?
30 days po. So
Right.
we
What was
receive when based on yeah, they receive it August 20. So it's almost late.
Yeah, it's over. So anyway,
Yeah.
I did not know you got that, Mike. I didn't know you got you were, you didn't send that to me. So you did not share that with me, that you had that.
Yeah, and I didn't know that too, Doc.
Yeah. See, if you sent that to me, I would have
Mm-hmm.
noticed, because I was doing the same exact thing with a friend of mine here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her reason were two things, and those are the two heavy evidence that we had to gather in order to send it
Mm-hmm.
over, and we sent it the day
And
before.
then based on what I've read po, and then I also consulted some of the um expert on that. They said that I cannot change my visa to J1 because I'm already holding H1B.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You cannot do two types of visas. That's right.
Yeah,
But
because
I read
my qualification po, Doc, is already is skilled.
right, right. You cannot. But I think there is another form, Mike, to reconsider your. Another friend of mine is there in the Philippines right now, but she's not on a teaching thing. It's under a marriage thing, and I want to say DS 117, I think. Anyway, DS 117, check it out. It's to consider if you are able to come back, and I think it's $200 or something, and or something that close, and then they will determine there from your embassy, Mike, if you're going to be allowed to come back, and then if once that's approved or not approved, they'll tell you exactly what to do. So that might be worth looking into, because of your past the deadline deal. That's what you need to be looking at now. Just don't let it die, Mike. You need to make sure that
Yes
you
po.
have you have something, and you need to make sure that you have get a little Excel, and write down dates, what you did, dates, what happened. I mean, another column would be the result, and so on. Make a little like a journal of your journey, and put dates there, because it's going to show what you did. That could be one of your evidence, is that it's not your fault, that you did
Yes po.
all that you can. So I think one of the things that you can do, and I'm not an immigration lawyer by any means, it's just that I'm just sharing with you the experience that my friend, had to do, or need to do, had to do, because she researched this, because because you cannot just let it die. If you really want to come back, you already have the visa, and it's just a matter of having them to reconsider it. But you have done these steps. You still remember what you did and the dates that you did it. So you need to be put the important things, that decisions were made, and that these are the things that were needed, and so on, and you provided it, and then you even wrote to the senator's office and so on. So you need to make sure that you have these dates, Mike. That could be one of your journals, because they need to see what happened to your case. They will have kind of, if they ever send you anything, they're going to tell, based of your case, they're going to tell you kind of a little story on whatever day you sent this, on whatever day you did. They will send you like a little history of your applications. Okay, so what the important part then is what you did in between that. Okay. So that's one thing that you could look at, read up on it. DS 117. Okay. I think, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, read up on it. And if you forget what it was, or if I forget the number, just go to USCIS forums, and it will tell you all the forms of and this can be, I don't know if this can be done online. But anyway, look at all the forms, Mike, and then if you can see where the form under DS is, and then just read what it is. And it was also in the form, yeah, in the form, then it will also tell you how much. So in the instructions. So yeah, good luck on it, Mike. I hope that between your work of researching and Dr. Poole's helping, I hope that you'll come back, because you sound like, your stuff are still all over the place. They will be ready for you
Yes.
when you come back. What did the
Mhm.
what did the housing say? What did the housing people say? Your apartment or house that
Actually, we already closed it, and then we already cut the
left the
contract po, because
okay.
of course we cannot pay it monthly.
Yeah, but did they give you did you lose your deposit because you did not finish the lease, or how did that work?
No po. Actually, just I think we have already how many, the 350 or 300 security deposit, but he told me that it will be allotted for the minimal repairs after
You
we
left.
leave the house po.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and then I think I still pay 150, almost half of that, or 200 I think, because we almost stay there
Prorated it.
for
Yeah, you
half a
prorated it.
month. Yeah.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah. So anyway, so now what are you doing at home? Are you able to like find a job there? You're just really doing this 100%?
hmm Just composing myself, relaxing my vacation.
You have such a good attitude, Mike. And really that helps a lot. How are the girls? I mean, are you
hmm
enrolling them at school yet there?
Yes po, they are starting again their schooling
Okay.
at their former school po, so that the arrangement once we go back there or return it will be easier again
Yeah,
because of
I
the
think so.
records. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot stop. You cannot stop them. You cannot just leave them at home and not do anything, because the kids have to go to school. Yeah, perfect. And but I'll try to see what I can do here, Mike. I just keep researching things and looking at things. Of course, I'm always aware that I could never, do any legal advice, because I'm not a lawyer. I wish I were,
hmm
immigration lawyer. But I can do research. That's that's one of my strengths, is I
Yes
can do
po.
research. But and I've also known a lot of people that are going through, similar processes. So I've, been calling them and asking them, so what happened, and when this happened, what did you do, and what happened after that. So basing it on other people's history, you can kind of see maybe what the actions would be. Although I'm related to some folks that are working at the immigration, their cases are going to be different. They're not really going to give advice to specific cases, because they can't. They're only allowed for their own case. So that's the
hmm
only thing. But they can give
and
us
and you know,
resources.
Doc, yeah, I just recall, I remember last time when we are starting my application in the USA, it was also September when I was in the Philippines.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's funny.
and then I went back to Qatar, and then after October, November, the visa as approved. And
Mm.
then it seems like a reminiscing. Oh, it seems like
Same.
it's the It's the
Deja
same
vu.
play.
Deja vu.
Deja vu. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Mike, I hope that the result of this would be positive, and I will try to, I'm gonna check on Dr. Poole and see what she says and so on. And so, anyway, I'm gonna be talking to her pretty soon. So usually she watches this. So, so Dr. Poole, if you're watching this, help Mike. But anyway, yeah, she is a member of our It's Facebook group. So she
Yes.
always, what have you noticed? She always comments and all that, and would like some of our things. So I know that she pays attention to this. And Dr. Poole, you've done such an amazing job with your teachers there, and I'm so impressed with you. And I really hope that Mike, being my right hand and being a very active person, teacher at your school,
Yeah.
does all the
Of course, we
decorations.
cannot control everything po.
Yeah,
We
you
cannot
have done
control
so
everything.
many.
We did everything on time, but of
Yeah.
course, because of the current situation, we cannot
Yeah, it's hard.
avoid it.
Mike was like in the school, was like one of the leaders in the community, one of the leaders. And so what a big loss, you know? I can already feel your loss, Mike, with the different happenings and events here. Like you were always so active. Like, for example, the Filipino party here in Batesville today. That you would have, brought your bunch for the talent show, and all this. And now everybody's just going doing their own way. Mike kind of, Mike, between Mike and Leslie, I think you pretty much lead the group, and April and them, right? You lead the group there, and they feel like lost. Here's a group with no, the leader's gone, so you don't have anybody that would really can step up and take your place, Mike. So you'll have to come back. So Dr. Poole, Mike needs to come back. So anyway, hint hint. But yeah, Mike, I'm so glad that you're in positive spirit, and I keep that up because I think it goes a long, long way. You always hear that, things happen to us. 90% of the time things happen to us, but it's the other 10% is how you deal with it. And sounds like you're dealing with it positively, with positive outlook, and I think that gives a lot of hope, and hope is what you need right now, and help. H's,
Yes
hope
po.
and help, because and prayers, really, especially with this going on in the Philippines with the earthquakes, and then here we're dealing with that too, with this too. It's really hard. Batangas, have you done anything, Mike, with helping people there on the earthquake deals? Have you donated anything, or have you donated your time?
Not yet po daw.
Yeah. If
Not
I
yet.
were there,
But
I would. That's what I would do.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes po. But we're still thinking about some of our stuff there, like
Yeah.
the canned goods.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
canned goods would usually
Yeah.
stay about 2, 3 years. So you're good with that. You can just have
Mhm.
whoever you left it with, have them to look at the expiration date, and then
Yes po.
yeah.
Some of our boxes, I think three of our boxes or two of our boxes, we left it to Ma'am, who is this? Rudel and
Mm.
Ma'am, yeah,
Yeah, I
Rudel's
wish you
house.
could.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could donate those, Mike. They don't want to use it
Ma'am Eva.
before
Yeah.
before it expires. They need to donate it like a food bank or something here that will go to the poor. They could donate it to some churches that give away things to the poor. That way, you're able to help. you know. So that way it's not just wasted. What a waste if it just goes and expire. So have them to look and see
Mm-hmm.
the ones that are, not expired yet, but maybe about to expire. So have them to donate those that way, because those food bank and all that, they have people coming every day. So they're going to get eaten before the expiration. So that's what I would say. But in our hearts, we need to always help others. I know a lot of times we're needy, like Mike needs help, but sometimes God works in mysterious ways when you give back what you also give out. So you're helping, and then somebody else would be helping you, and kind of, that's
Mm-hmm.
how, yeah, that's how it seems to work sometimes. Like, I know I need a lot of help, but then I'm helping too. And so, that fills your heart, because right now it's really a void. There's a void there. So, yeah. So I'm so sorry. I wish I could do more, Mike. I wish I had the power to just
I
put
know
in the
hers
world.
for
I
the
could just put
yeah.
my power. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
there's really not, I mean, that's it. It's the USCIS, decision. And so we just follow the rules. So following the rules means looking at all the forms, Mike. I want you to go to USCIS and forms, and they will be a table of forms. I want you to read all those and see which form could work for you that might help you, because each form describes what it's for. So there might be a form that you can find in order to help your case. So that's one thing that could help you. And I know there's something on DS under DS because it's an ABC order. So the I would come later, the DS would come first, all the different DS numbers. I know one of the DS would maybe could work for you. It's working for one of my friends. So anyway, so yeah, try to just read. It's not that many forms. It's a few, but then there's, it's not too bad. You can read all of them and just kind of glance at the title, okay? And then read carefully if it's something that might help you. So anyway, I don't know what
Yes,
I
po.
don't know what else. And so yeah, when I talk to Dr. Poole, I will really try to see what's going on. And my wonderment is that why it disappeared from the portal is because it has expired. Your days that you're supposed to answer for the RFE has expired. So maybe that's why they remove it, because it's not an active case now because it expired. And so I wonder if that is the case. I do not know how it works really. But that could be the other reason why it's not showing up, because really it's not considered active because you kind of did not, you're not within the date of deadlines right now. There's no deadline that you have to meet because it's already been gone. So I think those things are for to remind folks about deadlines and dates that you are to do something on your case. So that could not be if they have not turned in. And maybe when you turn in something, there's a paperwork also, Mike, a G something, I think, that you have to put in order to tell them that anytime that I turn in paperwork, that I need to be notified by email or by text. They might not have turned in that paperwork too. There's a little paperwork, it doesn't cost anything, but it start with a G that you turn in, and it will give you, I mean, it will automatically send you a text or message or email about your case. And we did that with one of my friends. And immediately, the moment they received the packet, a week later after we mailed, then we got a text because she used my number. That's how I know she didn't have a number. So she used my number to be able to get the text. And so I got the text and I sent it to her through Messenger saying, hey, you got the text, it got received. Because we sent that paperwork, that's G number or something. So when you read the forms, I want you to look under G something about notice of I don't know, something with notice about communication through email and phone about your case. So notice of communication, I think it's what's called notice of communication. So anyway, so look at that too, Mike. And anytime that you send any paperwork, you should always include that notice of communication. That way they will always send you a notice. If you don't put that in there, then you're only going to be waiting for their regular mail. So you want to be told that on email and phone immediately. So that's why it's important to put that form in. I didn't even know that until I was reading through something one day, and I'm like, oh, they needed to have this form in order for them. They don't just automatically do that. You have to put this form in. And so anyway, that's something new that you might want to check out. So anyway, I'm trying to think, I guess I have so many friends with different cases, but theirs is usually family based. The teaching based one, it's pretty simple until the H1B thing happened. And so, this is a very big news in the US, that the $100,000 or 5 million peso addition to the fees. And Mike is an example of how it affects an individual. And it's affecting hundreds of thousands of people in the United States. In that a lot of times in the tech industry, like the Silicon Valley, like in all this tech people. Amazon is one of them. Amazon, big companies that have H1B folks, they're being affected. And so there's always rumor Mike, that hopefully they will get the health and education industries to be exempted from this, but nothing has come out. There's no notice about it being the case. So until this news will come out, and it's just rumors right now, but they're just really hoping that the health and education industry, because we have shortage in both industries, that if they ever get exempted, that would be awesome. That would affect
Yes
you
po.
very much
Mhm.
positively, Mike. So hopefully somebody will watch this video on YouTube and would do something about it, because it really is affecting our schools. Mike teaches special ed students, and we already have a shortage of special ed teachers in America. That's one of the areas that, as Mike is aware, is a big need in the US. And so to have people being affected with this H1B, situation, then it's not helping our shortage. So I'm hoping that something will happen either in the state level, federal level. That would be awesome to get that changed. And it will take administrators and other, folks to change this. And I'm retired, but I'm know some people that are not retired, that hopefully still have voices, in so to make changes. And I think Dr. Poole would be a good voice if she ever decides to do that, because that is a hot topic right now, and that is something that could really impact education as a whole. So what do you think, Mike? It will really, right? It will really impact not just you, but a bunch of teachers, right? And schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, plan B. Tell me about plan B. Have you thought about plan B? Like, even if your H1B is gone, right? Done. They still would not let you have a J1 after this is over? Like
Yes
if
po. And then when I asked about, I think I inquired po sa GEC, they told me that I need to wait at least 2 years.
okay, because you have to do your 2 day physical, yeah. Yeah. Oh no, you don't
Mhm.
have that one H1B. So 2 years,
Yeah,
huh?
that's what I've also known.
Yeah.
Yes po.
So GEC would
They
be
said
over
they
2 years
they are very strict with that, and they need to follow their
rules.
rules for that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the H1B is just a better path for you, and you already are in, you know. So if it's not affecting renewals, which you are really in under renewal, then that should not affect you anyway. That's what I thought, because they said it's not affecting renewals. But then it did not say renewals that were denied. That's the other case for you, is that it was denied. But still, you're still under renewal. You're not a new applicant, right? So I'm
Yes po.
hoping that that should not affect you, because you're not a new applicant. You have been here. You are
Yes po. And
yeah,
I have already an H1B before.
yeah. So that should not affect you, I'm hoping. So because I know schools cannot afford 100,000. There's no way. But Dr. Poole is an amazing administrator, so I know that if she can help, she will. And so Dr. Poole, we're begging you. So anyway, in behalf of Mike, but Mike, I want to thank you for all the help that you have given us, and I know you will continue to do so even when you are in the Philippines, already busy and all that. But thank you. I want to thank you in behalf of ITSA, that you are continuing to be active for us, and still active on Facebook and all this. So let's keep this dream alive, okay? Let's not forget you.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's keep this dream alive, and help others, because Mike has really assisted a lot of people, and you are right about that. That's so sad that here you are able to, help and research and do all these things for people, and then now it's your case. That you are actually be in the middle of the case, instead of just reading about somebody else's case, right? So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes po.
But if you get anything,
Yes,
Mike, share
and
with me.
also the yeah
Yeah.
po, and also one of the reasons why I keep busy is because I think I mentioned to you that I'm taking my PhD po in special education, and there's a lot of works that we
Yeah.
need to finish every Saturday and
Oh,
Sunday.
okay, yeah. Hey, Mike, do you know that when you have actually right now you have your master's, but I think if you have your PhD, Mike, you can actually come here. Oh no, not with the new. 100,000 because I was thinking before the $100,000 change, PhD folks can apply at universities, and universities are very quick to bring them here. But now with the $100,000 visa fee, now that's nearly impossible. So yeah, that's really affecting. But it would not hurt your application to come back here with more education that you continue to improve yourself. Yeah. And the nice thing about it is, Mike, if you have your licensure, like my daughter, right, has a PhD, and if you have your PhD in counseling, for example, Mike, then you will be able to get an online thing as a counselor, as yeah, a counselor. And even though you work somewhere, you can have an online thing after hours and advise people online and make a lot of money. They charge like $200 an hour. So, so yeah, a PhD in counseling would be good for you if you want to do an extra money thing online. So, I do not know if you started, oh, your PhD in special ed. Is that what you're doing? Mike, what area in what are you doing? Counseling? Oh, in special ed? Get stuck. I think I think you got stuck, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, so while waiting on Mike, this looks like he has some technical issues. I wanna welcome Carmelita and Myrna. Um, Myrna, can you yours moving? Mike is stuck. Or yours
Ano,
Mike is back.
hi, Mike. Hello, Doc. Hello, Mike.
Yeah,
I
you
am,
say hi to Mike.
yes.
Hi.
Hello, hi, Mike.
Who is that beside you?
Oh, this is Miss Munette, one of the products of Mr. Mike, the
Oh,
latest
wow.
edition of Mr. Mike Roca. We fetch her. Miss Munette, would you like to say something?
Yeah, say something.
Ah, Sir Mike scammed me. He said he will fetch me. He will fetch me with Miss Jennifer.
Oh,
I was
and
like,
you didn't
oh,
funny.
why?
You know he didn't scam you. He's in the Philippines, silly.
Yeah, but Doc, because as I promised, I told Mike, I will not disclose it to anyone until. So
Yeah.
when Monette arrived, she was looking for Mike.
Oh no. And you are working in Brinkley? Where are you working at?
No.
No, I'm with Kip.
Oh,
With Mr.
Skip. Yeah.
Smith.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss
So where are
Robert.
you now? Where are you
I'm
now?
I'm processing my papers, my SSN and my ADE. Then on Monday I'll start reporting and hopefully I'll start each
Good.
shift after
Okay.
orientation.
Well, I will try to ask Robert and see if I could come and help support you so I can be there at your school. So yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, I'll try to contact them and see if they need help. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
I was really stunned that I was not able to see Sir Mike because the first face I was looking for was his face.
Yes, that's what, yeah, I agree. I understand how you feel. Yeah. Mike, I'm so sorry that you look at this impact you have made on her. But Kip is a good school. You would like it, good folks. And I think Camille is already there.
Yes. She's
Yes,
with,
you have at least one Filipino friend you know there. And
yes,
so are
yes.
there others that are coming? How many are coming?
Just me.
There should be at least one or two more though, I think.
I'm not sure if they hired more, but
Okay. So are you gonna be in Helena or Blytheville? Helena?
Helena,
Yay.
the collegiate, pre-collegiate schools,
Okay.
high
So
school.
how are you doing on transportation? Are you
Oh,
so
Miss Kate is very generous. Kathleen.
uh-huh.
she lives with Miss Kate, ma'am, in the apartment of Miss Kate.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice. Oh, good. Kate is not lonely now. She's got somebody. Yay. Cool.
before before Mike left, he made sure that everything is okay with Miss
Yeah,
Kate.
Oh, Mike,
everything
you're
was
so
arranged
sweet.
by Sir Mike.
Yeah, that's perfect
All
because
my
Kate
beddings, all our beddings po, Doc.
really, oh, that's so nice. Kate is so
I did
nice.
not sleep on the road because he prepared everything.
Kate is so nice though. You'd love that. I
Yes, she
think,
is.
and that's
She's
good
very
for Kate too. She
generous.
needed somebody there with her. So, and to split everything with her. That's awesome. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Carmelita, I can't wait to meet with you. Hi, Myrna, are you planning to go to the Batesville party today? It's
No, because this afternoon, Doc, we will have the run through of our program. Remember the
yeah,
cultural
yeah,
presentation?
you do. I heard
Yes,
about that.
that we are trying to organize here with Mike. So we
Mm.
will have the run through of the program today. Then Monday is the submission of our grades, so
Busy.
there's no chance of going there yet. But wait, by the way, Doc Marlene, I was able to talk to Erwin. Erwin, Doc Marlene is already looking for the Memphis people, and she said, "Please, please, 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 just give me this," because he's trying to finish also his doctorate degree. But we will surprise you, Doc. We will surprise you. Don't
Because I
worry.
said, I said, Mike, to them, I said, the Memphis Nine have really abandoned us. They have not. Myrna is pretty much the only regular one, and Giselle. They're the
Yeah.
only two.
Yes, 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 Doc.
Yeah. In the past, they've always like give us an update of what's going on here. Now I don't. So Myrna, what's going on at your school, Myrn? I know you're
Uh,
in the robotics now.
Oh yeah, yes, 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 Doc. I am with robotics. We're supposed to join the contest for robotics. I'm supposed to be competing with Joel's team, but some of our students are too busy with their EAC in the university, so they really told us that they might not have enough time for the
Hmm.
competition. But for now, we will be observing how it goes
Okay.
for the competition.
I
But
know you're in two different schools, though. You are husband and wife, but working in two different schools. How does that work? Are you
it,
against each other?
now actually he is more than willing to help us and
Okay.
train also some of our students for the robotics. But then again, students were saying that we're too busy, and it was a short notice though. So,
Okay.
but then I am still working with the robotics of the grade 8 students. That would be a regular for during our Trojan time intervention. So I'll be working with them for the robotics and the flight and space for the project Lead the Way.
Okay. But perfect. Good luck. Good luck on that. Hey, I want you to bring Carmelita here. I cannot leave, and you know how I can't leave right now, but you know, um, bring our Carmelita here. I want to meet with her in person. Carmelita, I want to meet with you in person.
Where is she? Where is she, ma'am? Where is she?
Hello, everyone.
Not
Good
Carmelita. What?
evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Monet, ma'am.
Monette is what I meant. I said I was looking at Carmelita's picture and saying, yeah,
Don't
Monette.
worry,
Bring
Doc.
Monette here.
We are just plotting our schedule. It's just that
Would like to go.
Kate, it's just that, Doc, their fall break is not I mean
Same.
the same with ours. We already had our fall before the leaves have fallen.
Yeah, but you can come any weekend.
Yeah, yes, Doc.
Yeah,
We will come. Maybe on a Friday night we'll stay there at
awesome.
overnight stay. Yes, Doc. Yes,
Yeah,
Doc.
you have to let me know because if one of the kids are coming, then I need to make arrangements. So yeah,
Yes, yes, Doc. Don't worry. We will let you I know ahead of time, maybe towards the end of the October.
Yeah,
Or by November. Yeah, we'll make sure, Doc, will let you know. I'll let you know.
yeah. Hey, always say the first week of October, the first Saturday of October is always Batesville party for Filipinos, and then
Ah,
yeah, the
okay.
first weekend of December is Hardy, and I want you to come. I'm gonna be the MC, and
Ah,
we
okay.
are organizing all the games and all that. So I would like for you all to be involved. So please save that date, okay? First Saturday of December.
Ah, okay.
Every
Yes,
That's
yes.
every year. First
Okay,
first
okay.
week of October, first week in December. And if you want any party to involve in my house, we have a mahjong party here every second
Doc, Doc,
Saturday of every
Doc.
month. Huh?
I saw in one of your posts you had that birthday party of the daughter of Miss Anayat. Was
Yeah,
it?
it's Allison.
I was thinking of doing that also for MJ. I'll talk. Let's arrange that now.
That would be fun, right? Yeah,
Yes.
we can do that. We can do that. That would be fun because
Let's
that was
put that
a
in
lot
our
of
list.
fun.
Let's put that in our list.
Were you there or were you here yet?
No, we weren't there yet. We weren't
Yeah,
there
that
yet.
was
That was
so fun. We just
2023.
was on the lake the whole day in a boat with like a houseboat.
Yes.
And it was so nice. But
Yes.
anyway, yeah, I posted it because it brought me so much memories. So
Yeah.
welcome again. I want to see you in person, okay? Yeah.
I'm also
So,
excited to meet you,
Okay.
yeah,
Doc.
I started to say every second Saturday of every month, I have a get together for my mahjong party here, and not just Filipinos, but local folks.
I saw, yeah, yes. Yes.
So every second Tuesday. So
That is
you all can if you decide to come and want to have a party,
yes,
that's
Doc.
good timing. It's the second
Yes.
Saturday of each month. That's what we have. It's a potluck here at my house, and
Mm-hmm.
we play mahjong. So if you
Yes,
come
yes.
and you already know how to play mahjong, we'll have more tables. I think I have
We
enough.
know we play.
I
We'll
have
see.
You have the
We'll,
teacher. I have enough for 4 tables, so that's about 16 people.
okay.
So yeah, so we got plenty. Yeah. So,
Okay, bye.
okay, bye-bye. And Monette,
Oh,
welcome again.
and Doc Mike was saying that he got disconnected due to internet. I mean, he got disconnected, so he might be back.
Okay,
Anyway,
sounds
thank
good
you,
then.
Doc.
Okay.
Let's pray. Let's pray for Mike's family.
Well, yeah, I'll continue to do that. Yeah.
Dr. Pool is doing her best, and that's one thing good with Mike. He's so positive about it.
Yeah, it's very positive, which is good because I was really like, oh, I was dreading it for him, you know. So yeah.
Bye
Okay, well,
bye.
thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I missed you guys. All right, Carmelita, sorry, I got your name mixed up with Monette's. But Carmelita, tell us about you. Where are you at now? You're still in Manila, right? Are you in Manila?
Hi, Doc. No, Doc, from Negros Oriental, Doc.
You're in Negros. Okay, did that affect you, the
Yeah.
earthquake, or no?
We were affected. However, dili kay siya kusog, Doc.
So it was just winds. You just got the winds, but not no buildings collapse, nothing, huh?
Yeah, Doc.
Yeah.
None.
So are you all doing something to help the Bugo people, the Cebu people?
In our school, not yet, Doc.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
in some municipalities, they
they're doing
did
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a
yes,
as a
Doc.
leader in a school, you somebody need to step up and collect things and then get it to the right, get it to the municipality so they could send it over to people because that's what it is in America. If somebody has problems like that, everybody, like it seems like everybody just want to go donate something or donate goods and then they'll give it to the folks that would deliver it. You don't have to deliver it yourself. That's a lot of money. But if you know of someone that's already, collecting, you could ask you could put this actually on your resume too, that during the earthquake of 2025, and this is you had a leadership thing where you did, you can call it a project, earthquake, what do you call it? Um, something to help the others. I forgot the name, but anyway, I forgot the word I was looking for. But anyway, having something like that, not for your resume, but it's because you want to do it. But if you want to mention it, that's something worth mentioning because it's a leadership thing. If gather, if you're the only one in the school to collect something and then give it to the people that are the victims, so earthquake rescue, I guess that's what that's kind of similar word, a synonym of that would be good to do that. But anyway, just a suggestion since I'm 10,000 or 8,000 miles away. I'm so far away from you. So you can help in many ways, small ways or big ways, right? But if you have a small way and you have a lot of people doing small ways, it's going to become a big way. So, yeah. So, Carmelita, you have any question for me?
Not for this time, Doc, because actually, Doc, I joined this time because I wanted to be updated of the visa fee, which is $100.
$100,000, 5 million pesos.
However,
That's not going to affect you if it's not H1B. And there are very few people that are doing H1B. That is a very good clarification question. There are two visas, right? That the teachers can come here. One is H1B, which is where the school will pay for everything. The school is sponsoring you. And that's very rare. Mike was one of the lucky folks that got done that way. But in the past, it was the fees were like 3,000 something, I think. Anyway, it's very close to the J1, which is the other visa. The other visa is called the J1 visa, and that is the more common
yeah.
visa. It's called a teacher exchange visa. So it's like a exchange teacher, and if essentially you are here for 5 years, and after 5 years, then you have 2 years that you have to go back to the Philippines and explain to students on what you learned from the 5 years here. So it's a 5-2 cycle. So after the 5-2 cycle, after you get done with the two, then you can always do another 5 years here. So it's a 7-year cycle. So then that's not affected. J1 is not
Oh,
affected. So you can still
oh,
come with J1. But
okay, Doc.
H1B is nearly impossible because it's going to be 5 million pesos that will be added, and not very many people or any that would really be able to just throw 5 million pesos. That's 2 years worth of work here for somebody. And just for one teacher. They really cannot afford that. even companies like Amazon or, the tech places here, that's, unless that person is really, really somebody that they cannot live without, they might lose them and replace them with somebody, local. But, the whole premise is that you should not be, any of the international teachers should not replace the local jobs, right? So that's why for H1B, for example, they're gonna, they have to advertise it. They have to make sure that no locals got replaced because of the international, person coming in. And so that is getting complicated. So H1B is pretty much out. So, but you
Oh,
still J1, okay? So don't be discouraged. J1 visas, more the new ones this year just got available 3 days ago. So October 1 is when they have their new one. So there's going to be plenty of schools looking right now at www.schoolspring.com.
yes,
Okay.
Doc. I
Yeah.
applied it.
You applied with it and keep applying
Yeah.
because that's not affecting you. And I know that's discouraging a bunch of the international teachers because they think that's out to come. No. And there's also not just America now, is Canada's looking for a bunch of teachers. So if you look at my post in international teachers supporting each other, so if you're not a member of that, be a member of that because I'm posting lots of things about Canada because
Yes, yes.
that's another option that's very neighbor to the United States. They are just we can even drive there to the US. So someday, and I think a lot of times they might say, well, Canadian schools are going to need, some Canadian experience. That's not quite true. Just like in the just like in any school, they have preferences, right? But if they're really desperate for a teacher, they're not going to worry about that. Teacher is a teacher, and we have reciprocity there. So you can still, if you can get like reciprocity licensure in the US, do you already have that? Do you already have a Maryland? Yeah. Well, that would help
I
you in
have,
application.
it
Yeah.
was because their guidance, Doc, that I received my teaching license in Mexico, New
New
Mexico.
Mexico. Good. That should help you because when you put it in any country, especially Canada, which is a neighbor, then you can put it there and it will show that your credential is good enough to be able to be equivalent, to be accepted to teach in New Mexico. So that would be something that you need to make sure you include in your cover letter. Okay? Put in your cover
Okay.
letter that I do have a licensure for New Mexico, USA.
Okay, Doc. I
Okay.
will revise my
Yeah, revise
resume.
it and include it, and that should be in your first two lines. You need to show that, okay? That
Okay.
I do have my licensure, reciprocity from New Mexico, USA. Okay?
Okay,
New
Doc.
Mexico, comma, USA. And so anyway, yeah. So your FCE, obviously showed that you are okay. You're okay to teach in that state if you ever get a job. So if I were you, since you have a license there, you may want to consider really when you go to www.schoolspring.com, filter the state into New Mexico and try to apply
Yes,
there.
Doc.
Yeah. So you can filter it. And then if you want to teach in Arkansas, you can filter the state into Arkansas. And then you'll be close to us. So anyway, but I've been getting people to come to Arkansas. It's just because I can help you guys when you're in Arkansas. And I'm only the farthest that you travel is 4 hours. You can go 4 hours and meet someone in Arkansas. Like I'm 4 hours to everything, seems like, from one end of Arkansas to the other. So it's yeah. So it's not hard. We can actually, see each other. Or if you're in the neighboring, you can also do the neighboring states, which is Missouri. It's north of us.
Yes, I tried also applying there, Doc,
Yeah.
but there's no feedback yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, continue. Don't stop. Do 7, 8, 9, 10 a day. Texas is another that's going to be easier, actually. Texas has an easier licensure than Arkansas. So you don't have to take the TOEFL in Texas. And then Missouri and Louisiana is another one that's south of us. So Louisiana, Oklahoma is southwest of us. And Tennessee. So that's Tennessee is where Memphis is, and that's only an hour from where everybody is, in Arkansas,
Right.
in the Delta. So anyway, yeah. So Tennessee, Memphis, and all that, apply everywhere. But if you're closer to
Yes,
a
Doc.
city,
Actually, I included you, Doc, as one of my reference.
Okay, then I have not gotten any survey, which means they have not considered you for to interview. Okay, because a lot of times when I get a survey from the school and asking about you, I usually give you a heads up saying, "Hey, I just filled out an interview survey for you." That means they're considering you for an interview, depending on what those three people that you put in there. And that's why it's important for folks to put the rest in your resume. It is so important to have your references, two administrators and one non-administrator. Because if you do not, and I was an administrator, so you can count me as one. But I
Yes.
was, yeah. Well, I was a teacher too, but of course, all administrators have to become a teacher first before they become administrator. But anyway, and phone number and their email. Email is really important because that's how they send their survey. Without those references, you will never get an interview. So you may want to check your resume, make sure that you have those information. Yeah. And your extracurricular is very important. And for PDs, do not write all your PDs. Try to put like 3 PDs that really impacted you. So if you have attended a PDs that you're still using, like for example, some strategy that you have learned from like Kagan structures, cooperative learning and all this. You attended a workshop and you have been impacted, so you continue to use the cooperative learning strategies in your classroom. That's an example. Okay, so I attended a PD on this strategy, and since then I've always used the strategy because it helped. So all that. So those are some things that you do not just write them without the impact statement. Okay, write
Okay,
down
Doc.
what you got from something, okay? That you continue to use, not just one time, but you continue to use. So an ongoing and continuous impact. Okay? So hey, good
Okay.
luck to it. Good luck on it. I hope that you do not get discouraged. I know it's really discouraging teachers because of the $100,000 visa fee addition. But don't be discouraged because it's J1 is not affected. Okay.
Okay, Doc.
So
Thank you
you're
for the
okay. Yeah,
information.
I need to, when I post my video, I'm gonna write this down. I need to put a little clip, I guess, that J1 is not affected by the $100,000 additional H1B fee because are totally two different visas. Okay? Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
thank
the
you.
the J1B, the J1 visa, not the H, is J1 visa. The school is not paying for it, not necessarily, but the sponsors really want to help, you to help or pay for it. But they could also ask the applicant like yourself to pay for half of it or all of it if they don't have the funding. That's the difference with J1 and H1B because H1B, the school has to pay for everything. So that's a huge difference. And that's why the $100,000 really, or 5 million pesos really hurt because that's going to affect the school itself. Okay. All right. So did you have a misunderstanding about that? Did you think that it was affecting you?
Yes, Doc.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, we need to clear up this understanding, I guess. I need to do a short video on this and post it just on this topic. But I think a little
Yes,
clip from this one could help. Maybe
yes.
maybe I could post this and then clarify that this is not affecting international teachers that way if you are interested in the J1 visa because H1B is the one being affected. And that's just not schools, really. It's health industry, it's other industries, technology, technological, industry. They are affected because they have a lot of people from other countries working in that field, right? So, but teachers, you can still come on J1 visa. 5 years here, learn something, teach something about our culture. It's an international inter exchange of culture. So then you also go back to the Philippines and teach the Filipino students about American culture, and then you can do that again. Okay, so that is a big difference. Yeah.
Okay, Doc. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Continue to do that, and if you upgrade your resume and cover letter, send me a copy, and I'll give you a comment on it. if there's
Okay,
something
Doc.
to be
Thank you
added,
so
okay?
much.
Yeah, don't do more than 2 pages. If yeah, some people are doing 5, 6 pages. Do 1 page if you can do it. You know, a lot of people are able to do it. Some people cannot do it. So 2 pages the most that you should have. I was guilty of having a 9, 10 page thing, you know, at one time. And so I had to also update mine because I've also learned that you do not do that many people don't have the time to be reading that long of a resume. You know, and administrators especially are very busy. They do not have time to read a 10 page resume. So do a 1 or 2 pager, okay? All
Yes,
right.
Doc.
All right. Good luck and I wish you the best. Yeah.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, Giselle, we're about to close up because I keep saying I need to, my goal one of these days is to do about a 1 hour deal or less because nobody wants to
Yes,
watch
Doc.
really long ones, and so we didn't start till about close to 8. So we're pretty close to the 1 hour deal. We might make it yet. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
Doc.
yeah. So Giselle, thank you again so much about our conversations on earthquake and externship, and all the activities in school. Was there something else that you were going to mention about other activities that you have that's not here? You have a lot of contests there. You know this,
Yes, Doc. Yes, we
right?
do have a lot.
You do have a lot of
Yes,
contests. So yeah.
yes, Doc.
So that also will be helpful to administrators in the US that will watch this video because they might get ideas about what to start. I love the showcasing of your talents, and you actually have a local contest here. We have like spelling bee here, but they have a spelling, bee, and they would do from school to this to they call them county. And county, like in, for example, where I live, there are only three towns or three cities in that. So that's a county, like Fulton County. And so then after the county, there are 75 counties in Arkansas. So then they will have their like little regional thing. And then after then they will do the state level. And from the state level, that's when they do the national level, which is one from, I don't know how many per state that will compete in the national spelling bee, which is usually won by a bunch of our Asian friends, maybe usually a lot from India. They're good spellers, but some
Yes,
Filipino kids
Doc.
are also good spellers. So yeah, a bunch of Asian kids are good spellers. I have to humbly say, when I was a third grader, I was a champion at our school on third grade spelling bee. And I remembered my principal put me on his shoulder right here. I was so happy that we won. And I don't remember what we got, trophy or something. But anyway, so yeah, I remember the feeling about that. And in high school, we had quiz bowl team. And I'm sure you still have that. Here we also have quiz bowl.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And I was one of them, and we were televised. So it was so fun, we were televised on because we kept winning against other schools. I was in CCC, University of Cebu now, but it was CCC, Cebu Central Colleges back then. And so we would win. And we have to read just newspapers, like I don't know how many newspapers, 6, 8 newspapers there. And then they would get the question off of the newspapers. And I was so lucky, I guess. I felt blessed that I would always notice some of the little captions, and pictures, and they were getting a bunch of the questions from those captions. I would read a caption real quick that my friends in the team would miss. And I would be like, I would read, I guess, every detail, and I would get the question right because I read the captions. So I remembered going, in CCC, we were section one, how we always put, I guess, the smart ones in chapter one, I mean, in section one. And so we would be going to our hallway and people would be like clapping, yay, because we won. We won that Saturday, on the TV, and it was on TV. And it was so neat because my parents got to see that what we did on TV. And it was we had a black and white. No, it was not black and white. Was it colored? Anyway, but we had a small TV. But yeah, those things I think our kids remember them. I mean, look, I remembered it and I was in elementary and high school. So yeah. So any of the contests your kids are involved in? Are your kids involved in it?
Like I said, a while ago, Doc, my eldest daughter, joined the what do you call that? The editorial cartooning, Doc. She did not win, but I'm glad
Yeah.
that my eldest Doc is a very shy one.
Yeah.
She's
Must be
she does
artistic.
not even go out of her of her room. But yeah, she joined those contests, and
Nice.
I'm very happy that
Very
she's
good.
working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she do drawings all the time, Doc.
She must have gotten
And
that
I
from
said,
you or your husband. Do you have that ability? Because one of you would have that ability. Was it
no,
you?
not me, Doc. Not even
Also
my
your husband?
husband. I don't.
Really?
I think it's from her aunt. Yeah, and
Aunt. Okay.
her aunts on my husband's side are
Yeah.
very good drawing, Doc. And
Yeah.
I
That's
told her you could do something about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, a lot of
yeah,
time it's a like a guidance of somebody, and she's obviously hanging out with your with the aunt, so that's cool. Yeah, you just have the cutest little kid, I swear. I love. That's a her, right? Her hair is so pretty.
Doc, yeah. You know what? They are cutting their hair themselves, Doc. They have their buds, the two of them,
Oh
cutting it
no!
on their own. Yeah, Doc.
Oh
That's
no!
why I
But
have to keep the scissors.
it's okay with you. Yeah, that's kind of dangerous. They could poke their eyes. Yeah. Yeah, I remembered most kids have really experienced cutting their own hair. I remembered my hair to be so short on the bangs because I cut it. I think
Yeah,
most kids have pictures of those. Yeah. So anyway,
yeah. That's what they're doing.
yeah, cool. So, well, hey, thank you so much, Carmelita and Giselle and Mike. We lost Mike, but
Yeah,
and
thank you
Myrna's already
so much.
gone. But anyway, we didn't have very many people today. I was about close to an hour late, really, because of technical issues. I just did not have any internet. So anyway, I could not. Usually, when Mike was still here, he would text me, and I don't think my phone would have worked. So anyway, to remind me, Doc, and it's our Zoom today. Yeah. All right. Well, Giselle, have a good week. Carmelita, have a good week. And everyone else that's watching this
You
video,
know,
do not be worried about the H1B um, visa situation because you are going to be using the J1 visa. Okay. J1 visa still works. And new ones are available October 1st. So continue to apply at www.schoolspring.com, and you can filter it by state. And if you come to Arkansas, we could support you in Arkansas or neighboring states like Missouri, Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, Oklahoma. Those are places that are very reachable for us. Okay. Of course, other states need you too. So whatever your choice is, whatever, just stay within the southern state if you do not want cold, cold, cold weather. If you like cold weather, then you need to go look at the United States map and look at the ones close to Canada. Those are cold. Or the northeast states of the United States. But anyway, so yeah, the Dakotas are cold. But anyway, so that's all that I have. May you have a good week and do something to help the earthquake victims, please.
yes.
And yeah, and you have a good, safe week, and you are making a difference in the lives of kids. So continue to make that impact, okay? All right, so this is Marlena signing off.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Okay,
you,
Bye-bye,
Doc.
bye.
Dad.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Doc.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.